Hey guys, it's Bree. I'm coming at you today with a review of The Loneliest Girl in the Universe by Lauren James. This is a really interesting story about a girl who is all alone on a generation ship. It is a YA story that I don't think it's quite out in the US now. I know it's out in the UK because that is where this copy came from, but I'm really excited for you guys to get your hands on it. At first glance, this sounds like it's going to be a YA typical kind of romance story, but with a unique setting, right? The idea of a girl all alone on a generation ship where something terrible has happened to cause her to be the only person there. She's been on her own for years, is of course kind of its own unique thing. And James comes right out of the gate swinging with this. She establishes kind of her sci-fi cred, I think, really quickly. She does this pretty quickly by taking control of the timeline and communications. So right away, you can tell that she's kind of taking that aspect seriously because she starts talking really quickly about things like resource management and engine maintenance and, really incorporates the time differences between communicating with Earth and communicating, hi. Yeah, this is my life right now, guys. She starts talking really quickly about things like time differentials, which I really, really enjoy. So there's a significant lag between when she's talking to people on Earth and when she's talking to kind of people who would be closer to her. And I think that that is a really fantastic dynamic and that James plays with it well. One of the really important things that we find out is that Romy is kind of undergoing therapy and also education, right? So she's on her own. They're trying to make sure that she gets the knowledge and technical skills necessary to actually make her able to fly and maintain this ship because there are, important other mission things to go on. And then of course she needs help, like a therapist, because she's alone on this gigantic ship by herself after some really kind of traumatic things happen. And so trying to teach her and to communicate with her and to really trying to make sure she's getting resources in a timely manner is really, really difficult. And I found that to be a really fantastic element that James plays into. When the command center tells her that there is another ship on its way, she's of course ecstatic. She can't wait to be in kind of communications range with them. And then all of a sudden, funding cuts out from the governments and the organizations that are supplying her with information and knowledge and company. She is almost entirely alone. It goes from visual messages to voice messages to just text and then nothing. Until, of course, after a couple of months, the other ship catches up with her. And she is all on her own, doesn't know what to do. And when she starts communicating with the other ship, she kind of like half falls in love with this guy, Jay, who seems to also be the only person on his ship. Of course, things take a really dark turn. I found this fantastically suspenseful. It looked and it set itself up as though it was going to be kind of a romancy type deal, and it turned into something truly terrifying. And I was just devouring it over my lunch hours. Like, literally would go through and eat this book up, basically. And watching Romy's kind of character development and her trying to get these communications and interpersonal needs taken care of and then being shut down is really fascinating. I think James takes a lot of time to really think through how that would affect a teenager and what exactly she would do to go and kind of get herself company. So she watches a lot of television, she reads a lot of fan fiction, and these things that have kind of been provided as substitute to company. And I think James is really good at exploring how that's helped her, but also the limitations it has and how it's going to impact her relationship with this new dude, Jay. Again, turns into something truly terrifying, and I loved every minute of it. The first half of the book I think is a little bit more typical, and it starts to take a turn really quickly, and once it does, the pace of the book, the kind of suspense of the book, all really picks up. And in retrospect, I really like how she hints at Romy's blind spots, how she really foreshadows some of the scary things that are going to be happening. If you have read The Loneliest Girl in the Universe, let me know what you thought of it, because I had a lot of fun reading this one. And I'd love, of course, to hear your thoughts. I hope you're having a fantastic reading week. You guys know the drill. Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you later. Bye.